Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, to the channel IT Simplified. I hope you're finding these videos useful and subscribing to the channel. Before I start, I'd like to thank everyone for sharing your love and giving excellent feedback. My idea is to explain you all these topics uh, in a very simple way, so that you can understand this and maybe you can apply this in whatever field you want. The topic that I want to talk about today is Azure Backup Option, and the reason I'm picking this topic is I see a lot of confusion in a lot of people's mind, or what are the different options available, especially from the backup point in Azure. Because when you talk about Microsoft Azure, people they think that it's all only applicable to the cloud resources or cloud services, and that's where the confusion starts. So hopefully by the end of this quick video, you'll have a better understanding of what are the options available under the backup category by Microsoft Azure, and under what scenarios you can use it. So let's start, and I'm gonna start with the first option, which is the Mars agent. So if you want to deploy it, this can be deployed on-prem as well as in the cloud. When I say cloud, I'm all talking about Microsoft Azure right now, so it can be deployed in both the places. This is only applicable for Windows machines. Only Windows machine, and both client as well as server operating system. So both on-prem or cloud, you can deploy this. It can help you to protect your like Windows 7, 8, Windows 10 client operating system, as well as server operating system like 2008, 2012, 2016, and the latest one, which is now 2019. With this, you cannot create a copy, so the only way you can send the data is to the recovery service vault. So no on-prem copy. So in case you're deploying this on-prem to protect your on-prem infrastructure, you cannot create a copy on-prem. It will only create a copy in the cloud, right? So if you have this on-prem infrastructure and you have these workloads and you deploy the Mars agent on this, you can only send the data to the cloud. No on-prem copy, right? So that's one thing that you need to keep in mind. Other thing is it doesn't allow you application consistent backup. So if you have that kind of need to do application consistent backup, or the databases that you want to back up, this is not designed for that. This is just designed for file and folder level backup. These are some of the possibilities and some of the shortcomings when we talk about the Mars agent, right? The second option is Azure Backup Server. I'll write this in short form just to keep it simple. So ABS, which stands for Azure Backup Server. This can be also deployed on-prem as well as in cloud, right? So if you have these machines that you have in deployed in Microsoft Azure, you can use this Azure Backup, and obviously you can also use this to protect your on-prem infrastructure. This can be used for both Windows as well as Linux machines, right? So that's one major difference between Mars Agent and Azure Backup Server. And you can use this to protect client as well as server operating system. Another important thing, you can do application consistent backup with this. So in case you have Active Directory, you have Exchange, right? You have SQL, SharePoint, etc., etc. All you can use Azure Backup Server to protect these. So to give you application consistent backup. This will allow you to create a copy on-prem and also in cloud. So in case you deploy this on-prem, you can create a copy here, and you can also create a duplicate copy in the cloud. So you get all these capabilities with the Azure Backup Server, right? It is a full-fledged backup capability that you get with this product. One shortcoming is that it, sorry, you cannot do tape backup. So no tape backup with this. So in case there is a requirement in the in your organization to do a tape backup, this product cannot do that for you, right? But you see, you can deploy this on-prem cloud, both Windows Linux machine, give you application consistent backup. You can create a copy on-prem, and you can also have a copy in the cloud. So you get all these capabilities. Other than the tape backup, I think it's a more complete option as compared to the Mars agent. The third option is IaaS backup, infrastructure as a service backup, right? All by using Azure backup. Now with this, there is no server which is deployed. No server deployed. So you manage everything from the Azure portal. Right? You manage everything with the Azure portal. This can be used to protect both Windows as well as Linux machine. Give you application consistent backup. You can use the SQL, the databases to protect, right? And this can be only for cloud workload. You cannot deploy this obviously on-prem, right? This is only for cloud workloads, and the data is backed up to the cloud storage, which if I have to say in Azure terminology, it's gonna be on the recovery service vault, right? So all those options get unlocked. So there is no software which needs to be, there is no hardware or no virtual machine or no server that needs to be deployed in this case. You manage everything through the Azure portal, and can you use for both Windows as well as Linux machine, both the client as well as server OS. You can use this to protect it, and you can get application consistent backup. And only you can back this up for your cloud resources. So these are three options, I will say, and these are some of the capabilities and some of the shortcomings which I've highlighted within Azure backup options, right? And at least I will say that it gives you an idea about what it can do for you in terms of capability, depending upon what your organization is trying to achieve. I hope you found this video useful, and it gives you an idea about what you can do with different Azure backup options. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.